Have you ever looked at a GS and thought, I like that, but I don't need to cross Mongolia on a Tuesday? Well, this bike might just be the one for you. Maybe the longest trip on your GS of the year is to your local Starbucks and back, and there's nothing wrong with that, no judgment here. But if you want the same grunt, similar comfort and similar tech, but without the height, the heft and the hard work, maybe, just maybe, BMW's R1300R could be the daily weapon of choice. I'm going to play the intro and I'll catch you guys after it. Meet the 2025 BMW R1300R that I have kindly pinched from the guys at Halliwell Jones Motorrad in Chester on Sealand Road. It rocks a 1300cc shift cam boxer twin, putting out 145 horsepower at 7,750 RPM and 149 newton meters of torque at 6,500 RPM. It weighs in at 238 kilograms wet, with a 17 litre tank and a seat height of 810mm as standard, but you've got options from 785mm to 840mm depending on seat option. Up front, a 47mm upside down fork. Out back, the new Evo Paralever suspension with optional dynamic suspension adjustment, giving you electronic spring rate, damping and load compensation. You get twin 4-piston radially mounted calipers up front with BMW's ABS Pro as standard and sports brakes available as an option. That's what you see here. Colour-wise, you have Snapper Rocks Blue, which is the base colour, with upgrades to Exclusive, as you see here, as well as option 719 or Performance. Pricing for a non-SE base model, you're looking at £13,200 or £17,770 as tested here, with SE spec, comfort pack, dynamic pack, ASA and a few tasty extras. Visually, it's a world apart from the R1250R that it replaces, sportier in every way. But is that necessarily a good thing? Let's find out. Power! Wow! Third gear power! Oh my days, this thing pulls. This thing pulls. We love it. Right, guys and girls, I am riding the 2025 R1300R. And oh, this is a bit of me. This is a bit of me. This has become a bike that is something that I desire. I gotta say, the R1250R, the predecessor of this, wasn't very sexy. Kind of found it a bit of an old man bike. I'm sorry if you own one, I'm sorry. You just didn't tickle my pickle. This, however, oh, I love how it looks. I love, love, love it. I kind of feel like we knew that the R was going to go in this direction because obviously the GS went down a more sporty route. It lost a bit of its GSE DNA and I think it became a little bit more supermoto vibes, in my opinion. Yep, take time, take time. So I kind of knew before like anyone saw what this was going to look like, you know, just basing it off the GS new chassis and all that jazz. I just kind of figured it was going to look like this, and I was really hoping that it would because, yeah, I think this bike needed a visual update, and it got it, and it's sexy, and it's silky looking. Oh! And, oh, this colour option, the Exclusive, has got the most beautiful exhaust system that I have seen. Should have probably done some B-roll footage of it prior to getting it all mucky and dirty on the roads, but I'll put a picture in of when it was shiny in the showroom. Oh, love it. Love that black chrome. Oh, it's just divine. So we won't overtake there because we can't see far enough, and that would not be wise. That would not be wise. There we go, we can see it's all gravy. Oh, the Boxer engine in this, that 1300 engine, I feel like it really suits this bike. Suits it so much. So we're up on horsepower with this, we're up on torque. And we are definitely up on good vibes, because this bike is lovely. It's gorgeous. So as I mentioned in my little intro, this bike is spec'd quite heavily. You know, a non-SE spec of this bike can start from around, you know, £13,000. Well, more. The price that I mentioned in the intro. But I feel like if you want to get a proper tarty one, then you're going to have to SE it up. Because then it'll have everything. So I might be confusing you and getting a bit ahead of myself here by talking about non-SEs and SEs. So with the base model, this is what you get as standard. I'll literally pop it in on the screen now for you. Right, that's what you get. If you go for the SE spec, you get the comfort package and the dynamic package as standard. And they include a few little extra bits and bats. Again, I'll insert those extras on the screen. So one of the things that I think is really important to mention about this bike is the new, like, world first suspension situation. So because this bike is fully loaded and extremely tarty and has that dynamic package, with this bike we have dynamic suspension adjustment. And you might say, yeah, but Kate, we've already got dynamic electronic suspension adjustment. What's the difference? Well, if this bike comes spec'd with the DSA, dynamic suspension adjustment, which is part of a dynamic package, or you can spec it up just a Billy Bog standard base model with this, if financially that's the option you wanted to go down. The DSA is its world first stuff. So the suspension with the dynamic electronic suspension adjustment on, you know, the 1250s and stuff like that, and the base model of this, it still adapts to the load in the sense that you can set the suspension settings for rider, rider with pillion and luggage and all that jazz. So they're almost predefined suspension terms, and it will go in that setting depending on what you select. Same with, you know, road conditions. So if you have it in road mode, the suspension will be set a certain way and it will act a certain way. If you have it in, you know, dynamic mode, the suspension will set itself a little bit more sporty, a little bit more ready for anything. But things have changed a little bit now. It's got super smart. You know, it's a little more involved now with the dynamic suspension adjustment. So instead of just having these preset load situations like rider pillion, now it will literally adapt the suspension to the weight that is on the bike. Say you've got a rider on the bike and you've got a pillion, and they might weigh more than your average rider that the bike's, you know, thinking is going to get on. So then you might have to set it for rider, pillion and luggage. Oh, this wide boy. To compensate for the weight. You don't have to now with the load compensation. It's literally in the name. And it does all this through, you know, variable spring rates and stuff like that, and a lot of fancy technology that it didn't have before. It was already quite sophisticated, and I feel like dynamic electronic suspension adjustment is great for people that, you know, perhaps just want like a normal ride, but I feel like DSA is better for people that might want a bit more of a fast, sporty lick about. So this bike is spec'd with all the usual good stuff that BMW throw at highly spec bikes, such as the active cruise control and stuff like that. We had a little bit of a play around on the motorway with that. It does have the rider's assist or rider's assistant, which was doing the annoying things that it was doing when I was on the RT of like being a drama queen. It's like, I know I'm not going to run into the back of Mike, but it seems to think that I don't have the competency to not do that. It pulls like a rocket ship. Oh yes, this one is ASA. Cows! Yes, it pulls like an absolute rocket ship. The torque on this is awesome, 149 newton meters. And you know what it kind of feels like to me now? It kind of just feels like an S1000R vibe, but with a boxer twin, with a flat twin. Because it's a proper, like, sporty little roadster now. I say little, actually, quite loosely, because it's quite girthy. It's got a presence about it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I feel like if you wanted that boxer engine, but you wanted like a sporty roadster, you didn't really have an option, because I feel like the R1250R, no disrespect, looks a little bit like a granddad bike. And now you've got something that looks spunky, sporty, ready to attack. And yeah, but we've got the boxer engine instead of a buzzy inline 4, which doesn't suit everybody. I mean, I love the S1000R. Like, it's a great engine, it's a great bike, but I'm more of a torquey girl. I mean, I could torque the back legs off a donkey, but yeah, it's just my preference when I'm on the road. Like, I just love the pull and the absum. But this car in front is thinking, what is that girl doing? I do question it sometimes myself. But yeah, as you can probably see, we don't get no clutch. That's ASA, so again, that comes with its own associated costs. And I'm riding it in manual because I really like the sensation of me shifting. But then I can just shift down to a stop and not have to pull the clutch in, which has been quite nice today, filtering on the M6, I can't lie. Clutch hand fatigue, who is she? Who is she? Where can you find her? Not here. Oh, I love this bit. So overgrown. It's because there's been so much rain. See, it's in manual, and look at the gears. It's just changed down because I didn't forget to. I purposely didn't show you. But yeah, I want to wait for that car to go because I want to have some fun. But yeah, if we just look at the dash, so this is fixed. There's not like a little tray here. This has been spec'd with this, so that's an optional extra. We've got the modes, if we look, Eco, Rain, Road, Dynamic. We do have the option of Dynamic Pro in the settings. If you go into vehicle settings, you go into riding mode pre-selection, you can only have 4 at once. So, you know, I'm not going to be doing Eco, I'm not going to be doing Rain. Actually, we might as well put Rain as an option because we've only got Dynamic Pro. We can select that, go into the configuration, Drive, Dynamic Throttle Response, DCT, it's in road, so traction control and wheelie suppression. You know, we could literally fine-tune the traction control, put it in dynamic, so slight wheelie possible. Dynamic Pro, wheelie is not suppressed. You know, this thing in the right hands, someone with the right skill levels, could be quite crazy. So yeah, they're the pre-selections. You can come out. I'd love the dash on the BMW, it's so freaking good. And there we go. And in fact, let's have a look at something. Do we have a sport? Yes, we've got a sport display, of course we do. So we can see the maximum lean angles of the day. We can see how much traction control is kicking in. We can see how much heavy braking we're doing. Oh, you can see it all. And then at the top, we've got our range. You can literally come out of that. You can press the up button. You can scroll through all this. There's so much information. Like, a lot of it's unnecessary and you can ditch it, so you just have what you want to see on there. I think it's so cool. Anyway, back to riding. Let's take a chance. There we go. Oh, it's bumpy road, but we've got that beautiful DSA. Oh my gosh, it's planted. What the actual hell? Oh man, it just glides. It absolutely glides. Oh. I mean, we don't have telelever suspension on this. We do have conventional forks with actual dive. Oh, But we do have paralever suspension at the rear. Ah! Rabbit! Almost! Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run! Don't let Kate have a fun. You'll get by without ending up in a pie. So run, rabbit, run, run, run. Hello, Mike! Sexy boy. He's test riding the R12 GS. What a ledge! Oh, this bike is so good. Suspension, dreamy. Absolutely dreamy. 100% worth the upgrade there straight away from the 1250R, my bad. Oh man, it handles sublimely. He's literally on rails, we love it. Ah. Oh yes. Oh yeah, this is a bit of me. This is a bit of me. Nice, nice, nice. Oh, it just dips in. I love it, love it, love it. I'm loving it like that. This has got heated seat as well. Come on. Heated seat, heated grips. It's spec'd with all that, but we don't need that today. It's shown 34 degrees when we're on the M6. Definitely not needing the old heated stuff today. Wow. Oh, what's going on here? It's a mother's meeting. And I will just pull up here. One thing I like about this, the height. I've literally got the balls of my feet down on either side, and my heel is just missing out on the ground by that much. 810mm seat height. And yeah, I actually really love an 810mm seat height. I think it's my preference, like, of all the seat heights. Okay, so since I've pulled up, I am actually just going to do a quick little walk around while it's ticking away, because I think it looks really pretty. And you'll have my stills and my B-roll and stuff like that, but sometimes it's nice just to, you know, with a face cam, get in and have a look at it. So this is the exclusive colour. They do a few different colour options. You've got Snapper Blue, which is like more of, it's like the base colour. It doesn't come with any packs, which have like the engine cowling, and it doesn't have that black chrome exhaust. Oh, the other options do. It's just the Snapper one that doesn't. Maybe you can spec it with that. I don't know, ask your local BMW dealer or Halliwell Jones when you go to them, because they are chef's kiss. But yeah, this is what it looks like. Exclusive blue. Honestly, I'm absolutely in love with this exhaust. I think it looks beautiful. So beautiful. So yeah, as I was saying, it looks pretty girthy, doesn't it? Look at that. Look. She's curvy. I like this material for the seat, and the continuation up here does take away the worries of scratched tanks. Comfort wise so far, I don't think it's as comfy as my GS. I don't know if it's as comfy as the new GS, but comfort is quite similar. But I love these, you know, the cylinder heads compared to the R1250R, with all the little grooves that were murder to get into to clean. Everything's just a little bit like less bitty, less bits and bats and nooks and crannies. It's more seamless and smooth. You've got this, which is, you know, taken from the chassis of the GS and such. This, because it's exclusive, can you squeak somewhere else please, has the sports brake, so oh, it's them squeaking. Then you've got this light at the front, you've got this for your radar cruise. It's integrated quite nicely, but look at the shoulders on it. Look at the shoulders on that thing. Mental. They are the offending squeakers. Obviously, you've got the shaft drive. But yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. I like this. I like the writing there. Tank, 17 litre. Like I said, no clutch. Right, I think it's time to get back on and do some bloody riding, shall we? Right, so you've got to pull the brake in to start the engine. It's in P. There we go. So now you're in neutral, but you want to move. So how do you move? Well, you put the shifter down, and then it says you've got to put the brake on and shift. It will go into one. It automatically goes into manual. You can press this button and have it go into drive, where it changes the gears for you. But I kind of like feeling like I'm doing it all myself, except for when I have to stop, you know? Yeah, it looks all clear. Let's go. So a gentle foot notch puts it into second. We've now got our sports screen. And we can have another nice little blast. Hopefully no rabbits this time. Oh man, it's a point and shoot weapon. The chassis on like a sporty Roadster with that new engine, oh, it's giving perfect concoctions, if I'm being honest. Just tips in so wonderfully at the old counter steer. Oh. So we just drop down the box. Oh man. Like I said, suspension. I mean, please get on your side of the road, sir. Suspension is just a blessing. Oh, it's like that. It just hit some bumps then, and oh man, it just wasn't crashy. It just absorbed it all. And you know what? For people that aren't generic weights like me, for example, like a manufacturer doesn't think, oh, the average rider is going to be the weight of Kate, you know, 8 stone 8. So I am a bit of a waif. So when you do set these suspension settings electronically, like with the dynamic electronic suspension adjustment, I'm putting it for rider, but it ain't programmed in for my weight. So the suspension's not going to be optimum for me. Same with a heavier rider, you know. I can imagine, you know, lamb chops. I'm not, oh my god, that sounds awful. No, he's just a unit of a guy. I love Chopsy. But he's a guy. He's a mon, isn't he? He's a mon. I can imagine when he gets on the BMWs, you know, the suspension's not optimal for him. Because he's not, you know, he's, you know, more on the other end of the scale compared to... I'm digging a hole now, aren't I? Chopsy, I love you. You know that. No malice intended. But my point stands that because now we have load compensation, it's judging me for what weight I am and adapting everything accordingly, and I love that. Right, we've got to try and get around this car. I don't really want to do it now because I can't see enough. I can't see enough. I cannot see enough. I do not like that, no. I do not like that, no. I mean, it looks pretty clear, but there's hedges. I don't know if there's going to be a bike, so I just want to make doubly sure. Yes, happy. Oh. On the brakes. You know, this has got the sport brake on, so I can't comment on a normal brake, but so far so good. Oh, look at the views as well. The views are just gorgeous. Oh man, I'm really gelling with this bike. So much. It was designed for roads like this. Look at this. This is God's country, is this? We do love the trough. So, just tapping down the box. Oh, that was a big pothole. But, oh man, didn't even bat its eyelid. I mean, I wasn't ready for the drop, which is why I'm shrieked or made a noise. But I might have been phased, but the bike was not. The bike wasn't phased in the slightest. I know things that would get into a tank slapper over that. Proper paddy, not this. Well, yeah, of course, so these are my opinions. My partner Mike will have his opinions up shortly. I got to direct you guys to his channel because he definitely directs you guys to mine. And we share the love in this household. Not one of these people that keeps the boyfriends hidden so that I can get more male attention online. Absolutely not. It's not my style. It's not my style. That wasn't aimed at anybody, but if the shoe fits, wear it with pride. By the way, if you don't like this tech, you can switch it off. It's just nice to have it if you want it. But yeah, honestly, I really, really like it. I like everything it's about, everything it stands for. When I set off this morning, I thought, would I get ASA? Would I get ASA? Maybe I would have gone manual. But you know what? I'm not actually that offended by it. I'm coming to gel with it. I'm just treating it like I've got a quick shifter and a blipper. Except when I stop, I just stop. And it just stops. And I don't stall. And I like that. But yeah, I really, really love it. It's great on the motorway. And you know what, it's not a GS in terms of it doesn't have a screen, and you know, it's not an RT in the terms that it doesn't have a bubble, never mind a screen. But I don't know, I've always ridden naked bikes predominantly, like when I was starting to ride, and you know, in my youthful years I was always like a naked bike girl, like just out there living my best life, having fun. And I quite like the clean airflow hitting me. I like it a lot. So yeah, this actually suits me down to the ground. I don't miss a screen. I feel like I could tour on this. Absolutely no drama llamas. Oh, tractor. Let's beat that bad boy. On the brakes, just to see. Yeah, they just work so nice. We're in dynamic mode. We didn't put it in dynamic pro because we had to play around with all the settings, didn't we? And I think I might have left it in maniac mode, and you know, we're not doing maniac things today, we're doing just vibing things today, so dynamic is fine. Another tractor coming up, so I might hug this lane a little bit just in case the line, yep, just like that. And that is why sometimes the advanced line is not always the best line. You've got to use a bit of common sense with it, haven't you? What a good bike to ride. The vibes are high. Not like vibrations, I mean my mental vibes. I am in my zen zone of flowage, and I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Yeah. BMW, you have nailed it with this bike. This is the Roadster I didn't know I needed, and I'm grateful it's here, and I'm going to take you guys to my pros and my cons. Right everybody, I'm back in from a wonderful day ripping around on Halliwell Jones's BMW R1300R, and what a day it's been. I've absolutely loved it. I think you guys can probably tell from my excitement that I did actually really enjoy this bike. I mentioned to you guys that I will tell you my pros and cons. I'm actually going to insert them on the screen now so you can read them and pause at your leisure, just so this video doesn't end up dragging out and being much longer than it needs to be. But yeah, I have really, really enjoyed riding around on this bike. Guys and girls, what do you think about it? I mean, I visually think it's gorgeous, but I know a few people don't share that opinion, so yeah, what camp are you in? Let me know in the comments below. Right guys, well I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye!